Bible verse for today. Today we got Luke chapter 6, verse 37 to 38. Judge not, and you shall not be judged. Condemn not, and you shall not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measures, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. For with the same measures that you use, it will also be measured back to you. So Luke is trying to say here is, we shouldn't judge, y'all. We shouldn't be judgmental people. For people that are still living in the world, living in sin, don't judge them. What did the Pharisees do? They tried to judge the adulterous woman. Jesus said, one of you that are without sin, throw the first stone. They couldn't throw the first stone because they had sin. Us as Christians, we shouldn't be judgmental to those people. We should be loving, caring, and forgiving. For we were once in that position. We shouldn't be judging those people harshly, thinking, oh, you're a sinner, but yet we still live in that same lifestyle. Don't be the one to judge people, but let God do the judging. Stop being judgmental.
Don't judge. It says in Matthew chapter 7, verse 1, judge not that you be not judged. So it's not good to judge somebody else because you don't know their story. Just like you wouldn't want somebody else to judge you because they don't know your story. Only God knows the story. It's good to be aware of everything that's going on, but it is not good to judge because only God knows the story. Amen, and God bless.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would love to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Yahweh being the name of God, and Yahweh Shai being the name of Jesus Christ. And I want to touch on the videos that you see in the clip. Before this video, of course, you see people talking about judging, and that you can't judge, and God said don't judge. So we're going to go through the precepts and give the correct understanding on judgment and whether can we judge or can we not judge. Can we judge or do we not judge? That's the question. Should we judge or should we sit by and let people do whatever? You understand? So I got a precept. We got a couple of precepts I'm going to read, and Lord willing, you get the understanding and understand what this really means. You understand? That Christians love just to misuse, unto their destruction. Because ultimately, that's what's going to happen. You understand? If you're not judging nobody in a righteous manner, then everyone's going to die. You understand? No one's going to make it. If you could never judge, no one's going to make it. Because how do people going to learn to do right or to do good? Or what's right from wrong? It's lucky, right? But let's go to Isaiah. Because the Lord commanded us to judge. All right? This is Isaiah 55 and verse number... Oh, that's not it. It's lucky. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Isaiah 58 in verse number 1, this is what it says. Listen carefully. Cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. So the Lord commanded the children of Israel to go out there on the highways and byways, wherever the Israelites be at, and cry aloud and spare not. Meaning, don't spare their feelings. You tell them their transgression. You tell them their sins. You tell them exactly what they're doing wrong. See, a Christian will say, well, no, you're not supposed to do that. You can't. You see in this clip, one of the clips, the guy said, it's your own story. No, we got to stop being like that, man. We have to be a people again. And to be a nation again, we have to have the Lord set up watchmen. And you have to understand that. And you got to accept that. Let's get another precept. Let's get this, right? Go to Matthew 18 and verse number 16. It says, Matthew 18:16, but if he would not hear thee, then take with thee take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. So we're going to go through we're going to get 2 or 3 witnesses on the precepts proving that we can judge so that matter could be established, if that makes sense to you, right? So let's get the first witness. Let's go to Leviticus. Let's go to the law. Leviticus, what's that? All right, Leviticus 19 and verse number 15. It says, ye shall not do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. So you can judge, but it have to be righteous judgment. You can't be a hypocrite. You can't be a respecter of persons in judgment. See, what the Lord is saying, he's saying don't be a hypocrite in judgment. When you judging somebody, you can't be a hypocrite. You can't be doing the same thing that you're accusing his brother of doing. Like, for example, we go out there in the highways and byways. If a guy's smoking weed, we can't say, brother, put the damn weed down, man. It's gonna kill you if you smoking weed. And then 2 minutes later, we go light up the blunt in the car. You know, we go spark it up in the car, hotbox the car. And that would be wicked, man. That's you being a hypocrite. You can't be a respecter of persons. You can't be a poor guy comes to the camp and you treat him bad because he got no money. Then the rich guy comes to the camp and you treat him like he's damn John the Baptist, man. You treat him like he's this king, you know? Same thing, like, well, really in judgment, it's really like if a poor man commits adultery and a rich man commits adultery, they get the same exact judgment. You understand? You don't kind of let the poor man slide, says, oh, he's poor, let him live a little longer, you know, he's poor already. Let's not kill him, you know. That'll be a respect of persons. You understand? So that's what the Lord is saying not to do. Don't be a respect of persons. You know, don't be a hypocrite in judgment. What else he said? But he said, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor, man. So let's get another precept. So there you go. The Lord is telling you to judge your neighbor. And let me jump down real quick. Jumping down from verse number 15 to verse number 17. It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. So like the Christians do, they really hate their brother in their heart because they're not doing this. Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. So what the Lord is telling you to do is to rebuke your neighbor and don't suffer sin upon him. Don't say, well, it's his own life. You know, his life is his story is his story. My story is my story. I'm going to move on. Don't do that, all right? Don't do that. Because now you hating your brother in your heart. You just let him sin. That's how you see the damn truck coming. It's going damn 50 miles per hour, and the brother's standing in the middle of the road. And you put your head down and say, well, his story is his story. You know, that would be wicked, man. That's what Christians do on a daily basis when they have this concept in a mindset of not to judge. This is what they thinking, man. I know he's a homosexual, but you know, you kind of shove your shoulders and say, it is what it is. You can't do that. That's going on. All right, let's get another precept. And then, by the way, the Lord got a book called the Book of Judges. A whole book called the Book of Judges. How many chapters is in the Book of Judges? I believe 21. I believe it's 21 chapters in the Book of Judges. Let me see. You got 21 chapters in the Book of Judges. So absolutely we can judge, but it gotta be righteous judgment. That's it, man. So when we tell you to stop eating pork, that's a righteous judgment. When we tell you to stop committing adultery, that's a righteous judgment. You know? When we tell you to put on your fringes, that's a righteous judgment. When you tell you to when we tell our people to do these things, these are righteous judgments because they're coming out of the words of the Most High, right? Let's get a precept. For the Proverbs 31 and 9. And remember, we just read, out of 2 or 3 witnesses, every matter shall be established. We just read 1, right? We just read 1. Now we're getting a second witness. Proverbs 31 and 9. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. So the Lord said, open your mouth and judge righteously, man. So judge a righteous judgment, you know? That's what the Most High is saying. What he's not saying is don't be a hypocrite in judgment. You know? Don't be telling your brother to do something and you're not doing it. Don't do that. That's what he is saying. What he's not saying is you see a brother doing whatever the hell he's doing and you don't say nothing. That's what he's not saying to do. Because people really use this term, and they use this as a covering so they can sin, so they can go off. They say, you can't judge me. God said you can't judge. No, that's not what God said. God said, don't be a hypocrite in judgment. The Lord also said you got to prove all things, right? Say another precept. Let's go to 1 John 4:1. 1 John 4:1. Let's see what that says. 1 John 4:1. All right. If I could get there. 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So the Lord said, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit by the spirit. How are we going to try the spirit? You got to ask them questions. You got to have discernment, and discernment takes judgment. For you to discern if someone's righteous or not righteous, you have to ask questions. You got to ask them, are you eating pork? Are you eating swine's flesh? You got to try them by the Spirit, man. Read the words of God to them, man. You know, read them Leviticus 11. And they're going to ask a question, man. You're going to say, look, we're going to read Leviticus 11 and verse number 7. And it's going to say, no swine. And they're going to say, what? What do you mean we can't eat swine? And this is how we trying you. Because now it's coming out. Why are you defending swine if you know? So, try the spirits by the spirits. By the Spirit. Let me get one more and I'm going to close up. I don't want this to be too long. This is John chapter 7. So we can't judge according to the Bible. We just read multiple precepts on judgment. Let's hear it out of the King's own mouth. John 7:21. Talk it. John 7:24. John 7:24, and this reads, it says, judge not according to the appearance. So you don't judge somebody according to the appearance. We don't go out there in the highways and byways and say, look at this nigga outfit, man. Let's rebuke this nigga, man. We don't do that, man. We don't look at this sister outfit. Look at this sister, man. She thinks she's somebody, man. She thinks she the shit, and we judge her. That's not what we do, man. You don't go out there and judge according to the appearance. Everybody get the same, deal, man. We tell our people the same thing, and in righteousness, man. We would tell a poor man the scriptures of the Most High, the same way we would tell a rich man about the scriptures of the Most High. It's not going to change. We're not going to be partial, and no, it's going to be the same thing. That's what the Lord is commanding of us. It says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So judge righteous judgment, man. Don't be rebuking a nigga because he got a shirt that you don't like, man, or he got a color on that you don't like, and you rebuking him. Now you treat him like a damn niggard, right? Don't do that. And treat him the same as you would treat anybody else. All right, so that's a couple of precepts on judgment. On you can judge according to God, but it got to be righteous judgment. It can't be a hypocrite in your judgment. You can't be just righteous judgment, man, out of the laws of the Most High, man. It's that simple, man. So Israel, stop with the excuses on saying you can't judge me. Only God can judge me. You're just saying that because you want to be wicked. Let's just be real, all right? But with that, I'm going to close up. Give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom.